It's a beautiful day for a walk, guys. I see some blue peeking through there. It's a little misty, but I think it's going to break up soon. Thanks for coming to walk with me. This is Aunt Shadow. I have something really important to discuss with you today. Come on, let's go for a walk. Because I'm a lifelong Buddhist and Taoist philosopher, it seemed only logical that I would talk to you about the Four Noble Truths. Buddhists talk about something they call the monkey mind, but really it's just that feeling of seriously overthinking things and feeling like you don't have any control over your thoughts or feelings or any of that. Like your life is run by them instead of you using them as the tools that they are. I really suffered a lot in my adolescence for various reasons, but I would say 80% of it was self-induced. When I found Buddhism, and I can't remember where I was first exposed to it, but it hugely piqued my interest because of the core tenets of the Four Noble Truths. So, I don't know, I was a pretty intelligent child, so I decided to go off on my own and do some research on my own. And what I found was amazing. So the first noble truth is the truth of suffering, that life is suffering. It's a pretty somber way to look at it, really. And a lot of people say that that is kind of a mistranslation. It should be more like life is unsatisfactoriness. There's 3 different kinds of suffering that the Buddhists talk about. The first one is dukkha. And that's the general all about physical and emotional pains that we have living here on this earth. Broken bones, birth, death, sickness, illness, being hugely disappointed. Those things really touch us all, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. That's part of the dealio of living down here. The second form of suffering is called viparinama dukkha, which is pretty much the way I interpret it, kind of time-based. It has to do a lot with your feelings of attachment to things, impermanence of things, the fact that all things must change, and time, of course, runs out on everything. I think a lot of people nowadays suffer from viparinama dukkha because of our cultural trend to set goals and strive to reach them in a certain time. That can cause huge disappointments. And the last one is called sankhara dukkha, which is a lot more subtle, and it kind of underlies everything in life. It's that feeling of disappointment when you're in the middle of something wonderful and you know it's not going to last. So it brings a little bit of sadness with that joy. We're also experiencing sankhara dukkha when you get that weird feeling that you're not really seeing life the way that it really is. Something is obstructing your view. Something is obstructing the truth of it all. It also arises when we purchase new material things and you get that feeling of excitement and satisfaction, and it quickly wanes away because nothing in the material world, nothing in our physical plane can really offer true peace and joy and love and satisfaction. We're constantly craving for more. You're also feeling sankhara dukkha when you set expectations that are never met. Expectations are just thought forms in our mind. Expecting the whole world to revolve around those is hugely ego-driven. So the second noble truth discusses the cause of the suffering. Yep, he figured that out too. The cause of our suffering is craving and attachment. I'm so glad you're here. It comes out in the form of greed, which is really, in general terms, us trying to force things to be the way that we want them to be. It also comes out as hatred, which is a good general term for any kind of high stress mental activity that we're in, and we all get caught up in that. We like to judge. We love to worry about stuff. And we're constantly thinking in our minds, this should be this way, or this shouldn't be that way. That's all. The core of all of that is hatred. And the core of the hatred is our cravings and our attachments. And the last real source of our cravings and attachments is probably our ignorance. And in the Western world, we hear that word, and it almost feels offensive. In truth, all it really means is that our view of the world is completely mistaken. One of Buddha's nicknames was the Great Physician because of the first two noble truths. His realization that our suffering in life is basically an illness, and he was able to figure out how to heal that illness. So the third noble truth is about the end of suffering in order to find peace and a lessening of our suffering. First and foremost is to cultivate some integrity and discipline. Find calm, find peace, look for balance in life and in yourself, and strive for those things every single day. And to cultivate compassion, which is not just compassion for other people and patience and tolerance. It's compassion for yourself and patience for yourself and tolerance of yourself. Eventually, you can learn to love yourself, and it helps you see his fourth noble truth, which is the Eightfold Path. So not only did he say, I know what causes suffering, I know how to end it. And here's a roadmap. I'm going to talk about the Eightfold Path a little bit more in depth in another video. But basically, it's about balance. It's about looking at each part of your life and your personality and really truly getting to the core of it and understanding yourself, understanding the way life really works, understanding your mind, and learning to tame it. Because it is a powerful tool and a very powerful ally, and it's designed for navigating this life. It's not designed to make us suffer through life. It's designed to help us navigate through it. I can't thank you enough for coming on this walk with me. I'll see you next time.